Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new series here at the KD Adventures. Now it has been a long time since I brought you a Planet Coaster series. The last one was just over a year ago, but we're back with another one and now is a more perfect time than ever. It's now the closed season at UK theme parks, so there'll be no vlogs from the parks until at least March. We're going to try and get to some Christmas markets. I mean, Alton Towers even have one, as well as their Lightopia events, which is a Christmas lights event. So we're going to try and get down there if we can. It's been a very busy time for both Jesse and I in other areas of our lives outside of Arcadia Adventures, but we're still going to be bringing you new content every single week, including this brand new Planet Coaster series. So, what is this series all about? Well, as you already know from the title of the video, we are building a Christmas park. Now, I'm going for the Winter Wonderland style park with this one, so it's a fairly big one, but maybe a bit smaller than Winter Wonderland in London. However, it's still going to be quite compact. It's going to have a few different roller coasters, the travelling kind like you'd find at these smaller parks. It's going to have all the food stalls, it's even going to have a big dark ride. And of course it wouldn't be a Christmas market if I didn't add in an ice rink, so we'll be putting one of those in there too. But before we get into building all of that, today we're going to be starting off with the car park, or the parking lot if you're watching from America. And as well as that, a little later on in the video, we'll also be building the entrance to the park too. But as you can see, we're now starting to build that car park and laying those foundations. This won't be a massive car park, seeing as the park itself isn't all that big, but enough to hold a few cars and of course make that entrance area look a little bit more realistic. I mean, the fact that guests come out of that underground tunnel is pretty strange, but you can't change that in the game, so you have to do these things to make parks in Planet Coaster look a bit more realistic. So I didn't want to call this park Winter Wonderland, however it's not too far off because I'm going to be calling this park the World of Winter, as you may have noticed from the bottom left of the screen. Now, even though we're only on episode 1, I'm actually very close to completing this park. I actually started building this park back in September, and this was to make sure that I could bring you the whole series before Christmas Day. And I think the fact that I'm still not done with this yet, even though I started back in September, shows you just how busy we've been with other areas of our lives. However, I am making sure that this series is all wrapped up, no pun intended, by Christmas Day. Even though I've pretty much built everything, I'll still need some help with names of rides and coasters, so I won't be naming anything until the final week before Christmas, so get your suggestions down in the comments below, because I would love to hear them. This footage you are seeing here was cut down from 3 hours. These Planet Coaster videos are really hard to make because I always want to show you absolutely everything, in case you want to go away and build a park like this yourself. But also just to show you the full building process, so that you can see the progress from it being a blank canvas to seeing the end result at the end of the series. So that's why this footage has been sped up super fast, so you can see absolutely everything, whilst at the same time not being sat watching this video for 3 hours. But yeah, the car park is starting to come along quite nicely now. I'm going to stop rambling for a few minutes, so sit back, pour yourself a nice cup of Christmas hot chocolate, and I'll see you very shortly where we'll start building the first roller coaster in this park. Right then, welcome back everyone. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. As you can see, the car park is coming along quite nicely now. I've started changing the colour of those cars because I doubt everybody visiting the World of Winter has identical red cars. I've also made that ticket booth where you can pay for parking, and being as realistic as I can be, I've made it overpriced. I've also added the drop-off area for taxis and buses. As I mentioned, this isn't a huge car park, but it's about the right size for this size park. But yeah, it's all coming along quite nicely now, and now we're on to building our first roller coaster. Now, I decided to just randomly start building this now, because after a while of building a car park, it can get a little bit boring, so I wanted to do something different and start building that first roller coaster in this park. Now this is a boomerang coaster, and if you don't know what one of those is, it's one where you reverse backwards up the lift hill and then you're released down the track forwards, and then once you get to the end of a track you face another lift hill which then does the same, drops you down, but this time you go backwards around the track. If you've ever been on Accelerator at Drayton Manor, this is an example of a boomerang coaster. I actually built one of these coasters in my last series, which was over a year ago in October 2021. This was a Halloween park called Fright Fest. If you want to check out that mini-series, then I'll leave a link down in the description below to the playlist. But yeah, I've built this boomerang coaster in that park too. I just feel like these fit these smaller parks perfectly, so that's why I decided to add one into the World of Winter too. Now, being a smaller coaster without too many elements, this didn't take too long at all to build. As you can see, we're now already onto the POV. I mean, it just goes loop, helix, corkscrew, so yeah, nothing too complicated, but it would still be a fun ride. Later on in the series, I will be building 2 more roller coasters, and I'm even thinking about building 1 more too, so stay tuned for all those. One of them is a Wild Mouse coaster, which you'd usually find at the bigger Christmas markets and fairs. As well as that, I also build a family coaster too. And I'm thinking of building a wooden coaster, but I've not yet started this at the time of editing this video. But if that's something that you want to see, then let me know down in the comments below. But there we go, coaster number 1 complete. As I said, not naming any coasters until the week before Christmas, so let me know any names in the comments, because I would love to hear them. Obviously, being a Christmas park, something Christmas related would be brilliant. So that moves us nicely onto building the entrance building. Now, with Christmas markets, you don't usually have a glamorous entrance, but with this one, I wanted it to be a more permanent park. So I wanted to make a full-sized entrance building. If this was in real life, maybe this park could be there all year round, and then it just gets decked out when Christmas comes around. But yeah, I just wanted it to be a more permanent entrance. So I've gone with those wooden walls. In fact, most of this park is wooden, as this is usually the case at Christmas markets. In fact, I use that flat wooden piece that I've used for the roof across the whole park, and I've used it as a raised platform that the guests walk on. But you'll see that over the next few videos. But yeah, I wanted to go with wood because it's more Christmassy, and it looks great when it has all the Christmas lights, the wreaths and the decorations. I also decided to add some glass windows on there too. No particular reason I wanted to do this, I just thought it would look cool if you can see some of the attractions through them as you enter the park. With entrances, they don't have to be anything special, but just have enough detail to invite the guests in, because this is the first thing that they see when they arrive. Alton Towers does a great job of this, having that corkscrew track at the entrance before going onto Tower Street. Portaventura in Spain, that entrance is fantastic with the water feature, and don't get me started on the Disney parks and Universal Studios. In fact, I'd have to say that Disneyland Paris has to have the best looking entrance of any park that I've ever been to. But anyway, back onto World of Winter's entrance, and shortly we're going to be adding on those Christmas decorations. If you look at how different this is already looking from that blank canvas that you saw at the start of the video, it gives you an idea of just how much will go into the park over the next few videos. I'm excited for you to see this finished park because I'm really quite happy with it. I've never built a Christmas park before on the PC version. I have on the PS5 version of Planet Coaster, but with the PC version you can go all out because the controls are much easier and you can get super creative with it all. But anyway, I'm going to leave you for a couple minutes as I finish off this entrance, but I'll join you very shortly where we'll be wrapping up this video. Right then, so we're almost at the end of the video. The car park and entrance has come along really nicely. It's looking really Christmassy now and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. As I said, plenty more to come over the next few videos which I'll be releasing weekly, so stay tuned for all of those. Get your coaster names down in the comments and also any other suggestions that you may have. What I enjoy about making these Planet Coaster videos, it's not just me being able to build and play the game, but it also gives me the chance to talk about the channel and tell you all what's coming up. So over the next few videos I'll be letting you know all the future plans for the KD Adventures going into 2023. It's been a super crazy time for the both of us, but we're looking forward to going into 2023, going on lots of adventures, going to lots of parks. It's going to be super exciting. Me and Jessie have our wedding in 2024 too, so we have a lot of saving to do. However, we'll be still heading to as many parks as we can and checking out all the different events that are on offer. We'll also be heading to Winter Wonderland in London this year, so hopefully we'll be bringing you a vlog from there. There's lots going on and I cannot wait to share everything with you all. But yeah, adding in those final touches on the entrance building now. What I want from this park is for it to look great in the daytime, but even more incredible in the dark. I want it to be lit up with thousands of Christmas lights, and I think with it being such a small park and being more compact, it makes it a little bit more easier to do this. if you look at where that big wheel is, that's actually at the back of the park, so that gives you an idea of just how big this park will be at the end. But as I said, being a more compact park, it makes it easier to make the park shine with all those Christmas lights. In the next video, I'll be building that ice rink and building the foundations of the park. I'll be releasing these videos weekly, so to make sure not to miss any, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell too. And if you're new around here, I don't just make Planet Coaster videos here on this channel, I also vlog from parks, talk about parks, rate rides at parks, anything theme park related, you'll find it right here at the KD Adventures. But yeah, that is it for this video. I'm very excited to share this series with you in the run up to Christmas, but thank you all for watching this episode, and I will see you in the next one.